Welcome to STH English. For a change, we are doing something of a positive analysis. Last night, it looked as if this was going to be another STH English episode of doom and gloom because Iran struck Qatar, the Doha base, which is the jewel in the crown of American base network all across. But then we discovered that it was almost like choreographed. Whatever the case might have been, if it wasn't choreographed, did not turn out to be true just as well. The ceasefire is holding up. Tehran, Tel Aviv, Washington, all three have confirmed it. And as we speak to you, this seems to be the beginning of the end of this conflict, for now at least. Who gained what and who lost what? Let me quickly take you through the entire landscape as it looks to us sitting here in Pakistan. Let me start with Iran. I think Iran, more ways than one, is a net gainer for a whole host of reasons. 1, 2, 3 on this one, I can tell you that. Iran, yes, did suffer material damage to its nuclear installations, its infrastructure. People went through psychological trauma. But at the end of the day, we don't know how much of the nuclear installations were actually destroyed. And now when IAEA says that, what about that 400 kg enriched uranium that you enriched at 60%? Where did it go? Iran can simply shrug its shoulders and say that, look, the American president is saying that you have destroyed everything, so there's nothing to inspect. So Iran can retain its advantage. It has the knowledge, it has the remains of the infrastructure, it has enriched uranium in its stockpile somewhere, and still tell IAEA, buzz off. We don't want to speak to you because there's nothing to inspect. It can also pull out of NPT. It retains the upper hand when it comes to negotiating with the world, because the world has a weaker hand to play when it comes to now telling Iran not to enrich. Iran would say that we have nothing left, so enrichment is off the table. Talk to us about other issues now. Net gainer there. They want to dismantle the revolutionary zeal of the Iranian people. This was not really the popular regime that Iran wanted to have. Before the war started, even much earlier than that, Iran's internal problems were many. But after the war, there is complete unity. So the Revolutionary Guard is back in the seat. The Iranian revolution that the West wanted to dismantle is going to kick even more strongly. People who were averse to the regime will now bear the brunt of being tagged as Israeli and American agents. And frankly, there is scope for considering this proposition because Iran was deeply penetrated by the Israeli intelligence, deeply penetrated by the CIA, and Iran will have to carry out some deep cleansing within. So you would find the very regime that they want to dismantle to basically become stronger. The system is intact. Iran's engagement with Russia will deepen. Iran will recalibrate its missile technology, modernize it more. It will have to think about making its Air Force more efficient, and I think it will have to think in terms of creating the entire ecosystem through the equipment that it didn't have, which made its Air Force redundant. And probably this is where it is going to be turning towards Russia for more help. So you would have Iran basically having more options than it had before the war started. Israel is a net gainer and loser in certain respects. Loser because Israel thrived on the assumption that it is invulnerable. Not so. Missiles did get in, missiles did fall, missiles did cause destruction. So you are not impregnable. Net gainer, it was cleverly able to shove aside from the media screens the bloodletting that has taken place in Gaza. Even as I speak to you, it's Israeli Air Force, you can only imagine, 2 million people hungry and desperate, dying every day in their hundreds. Israel chooses to use Air Force to attack a spot at Khan Yunis. It is the kind of calamity that would make even a heart of stone go to pieces. But the world doesn't really care now because Israel has been able to shift the attention from Gaza onto the Gulf and the Middle East. So Israel is a net gainer there because it has gained territory. It has practically ethnically cleansed Gaza. Trump is loving himself. He likes to be in love with himself, and this is his moment. Not many people would like to remember at this point in time, at least, that it was his policy that caused destruction in the Middle East. It was his policy that encouraged Israel to attack Iran. It was his policy that led to the biggest attack of this war onto the Iranians. But now he's casting himself as the winner and as the peacemaker, and he's going to make a very strong pitch to be given a Nobel Peace Prize. So the Americans would be treated to another spectacle of their president who started the war prancing around as if he's a big peacemaker. American weapons market is going to get a big boost, spreading the word around that, if you want to protect yourself, you need to have Air Force, air defenses. Israel is really on a long leash. In fact, it can unleash itself anytime. So you need to be protected. So buy our weapons. So you would have the weapons industry really go to the next level. And Trump represents that weapons industry. That's why he keeps on talking about how superior our weapons are. Inside America, of course, there will be this sense that Trump is using the entire American system like a rubber ball, and throws it onto the ground, picks it up whenever he wants to. Is he fit to lead? I don't think for now, at least, Trump faces any trouble. But in the days ahead, the feeling that Trump has really played the entire country, the entire conglomerate that the United States of America has become, business and political, to his own advantage, that feeling is going to sink in and probably will hurt the Republicans eventually. But for now, it is Trump's heyday. For the Gulf region, frankly, there are two types of feelings. One is that, thank God, it is over. Number two, we need to defend ourselves with better weaponry, so buy more weapons. Three, do we really want to play the American game? And what is the American game? Do we really want to engage with Israel? And what is Israel's gain? We came this close to a calamitous situation, and that would have wrecked our planning for the next 50 years. Do we really want to not have more and stronger guarantees as far as our own diplomacy is concerned? So you would find a new thinking within these states trying to create some sort of a distance from the American manipulation and Israeli shenanigans. At the public level, of course, there will be simmering sentiment against the U.S., against Israel. Israel and U.S. have lost the hearts and minds game as far as all of the Middle East is concerned. It is not about the Turk or the Arab or the Ajam or Muslims beyond these three civilizational divisions. People generally think that Israel and America really are a tag team and a destructive tag team. This is the age of digital media. Everybody has news at their fingertips. So the pictures, images, statements, and actions of Israel and America, Netanyahu and Trump combined, are going to resonate in their heads for a very long time. So you will have a generational rethinking take place as far as Middle East is concerned. Pakistan, 8 out of 10, could have had 9 out of 10 if it wasn't for the timing of their press release that proposed Donald Trump, recommended Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize, which frankly has its own process. And you don't simply issue a press release and the proposition is complete. It is a pretty lengthy process. There are several boxes that you need to tick. But anyways, we went kind of overboard on that. Other than that, Pakistan gets like 8 out of 10 in every box. It was on the right side of history. It spoke the right language as far as Foreign Office is concerned. It condemned U.S. attacks. It condemned Israeli attacks. Its representative at the UN was scintillating, fascinating articulation. Everywhere Pakistan spoke in favor of Iran, against Israel, and also chided Washington wherever it could. Remember, it took a lot on part of Pakistan to basically forget how Iran was conducting itself when India was attacking Pakistan. This was a very serious attack, and when Pahalgam happened and Pakistan immediately wanted to, in the international community, to investigate, Iran came out and condemned that attack, didn't even ask for an investigation. So Iran's conduct during that war, frankly, left a lot to be desired from Pakistani point of view. There were previous issues as well. There are groups that sit there inside Iranian territory, create mayhem inside Pakistan, and Iran's alliance with India. Pakistan always has an eye that looks at it suspiciously on these developments. But Pakistan set everything aside and engaged Iran positively and spoke for it when very few countries were willing to stick their neck out. So 8 out of 10 on that. Pakistan would be thinking seriously as its border with Iran eases up as to what can be the larger game that India, Israel and US can play as far as Pakistan's own nuclear weapons and capabilities are concerned. So Pakistan will be doubly prepared. But 8 out of 10 for Pakistan, net gainer. The net loser, really India. When it came to crunch time, when you had to pick a side, Modi picked Israel. Not by saying, go ahead and do it, like Trump was saying, keep going, baby, nickname for Netanyahu, but by not speaking loud enough, not speaking at all, not even a whisper, not even a murmur. Towards the end of the conflict, like 48 hours ago, Modi would call the Iranian president, which is neither here nor there. When it was crunch time, you were in the bunker. So Modi picked Israel, and Iran should remember that at the most critical time in the history, when they were pitted against Israel, pitted against America, pitted against Britain, France, and Germany, when the cities were being attacked, India was the one that was on the side of Israel, was not speaking for Iran. Pakistan was the one that was against Israel and was speaking for Iran in more ways than one. So India, that way, is a net loser, and also reinforced by the fact that nobody consulted Modi. Here's a country that believes that it can really shake the new universe, that nobody even bothered to engage. There was no conversation between Modi and Washington on the Middle East. Europe didn't engage with India. Iran didn't engage with India. The Middle Eastern countries, Saudi Arabia, UAE included, didn't engage India. India, that claims to control the Indian Ocean, has deep stakes in Southwest Asia, wants to dominate South Asia, really was not even on the lowest rung of the ladder. It was not even on the ladder. So a big war took place, and India was nowhere to be seen, and that tells you the story of India's isolation. So if I were to pick a net loser, it'll be Modi's India.